YouTubers. My name is Michelle.
And mine is Luz.
And we are the Infolicious
Infolicious
Cherries.
Cherries.
We created this channel to share with you a lot of our dating experiences in the world today. It is confusing and I think very confusing nowadays in terms of dating. So we just wanted to share our experiences with you. Perhaps you've had similar experiences as well. And we wanted to give feedback as well in terms from female and male perspectives.
Yes, we're not here to give you advice. Well, in the way we are, but not really. I mean, you can
Not
take it or not.
professional.
Yes, we're not professionals. We're just here to give you some intake and share some experiences with you as a viewer. And hopefully you'll listen and take some of that in your real life. So we'll see what, yeah. But
Our first video is going to be about dating, the pros and the cons of dating.
yes, but before that, we want to
Mhm.
go a little bit over titles because I know that a lot of our friends, and I know we too also had a lot of question marks like, what does he mean by just hanging out? Is it a date or is it just, just hanging out as friends? He's interested as meeting me as a friend.
Yes.
So, yes.
Titles. There is a difference when you are hanging out with friends,
Yes.
and there's a difference when you're hanging out with someone that perhaps you met through your friends.
Or just simply made one night and
Yeah.
you exchange numbers, but you're not sure. As me, sometimes I'm not sure whether he was gonna ask me a date or just wants to get to know, or he was working interest and he wants to share that interest with me. So there you go.
Yes, so I feel like there's a difference when you first hang out with, I would say it would be a hang out with that person. And if someone asks me, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to hang out with so-and-so.
Yes.
And from there, if things proceed, I think it's up to the guy to initiate if there should be a date to follow up
And
and
by-
hang out.
Yes, and also by date we mean the guy actually asks you on a date. He says,
Mhm.
"Do you want to go on a date with me?" Not, "Hey, you want to hang out?" Because I'm sure when you hang out with friends, like Michelle said at the beginning, it's just hanging out. It's just relaxing, having a good time. But once it's a date when he actually say that, it creates expectations as to, okay, so I need to come up with questions. I need to share a little bit of my interests, hobbies to see if we're compatible with each other.
Mhm.
Because if not, if you don't do that, then it would just be a waste of time. So please, just get rid of that. That's all trashy, and you don't want that because there's a lot of fishes in the water, and you want to find the right fit. So
Yes, especially when you're at an age where you are looking for something more serious. I think we will all reach that point, and I feel like we are sort of in that
Yes.
point where I am looking to have a serious relationship with someone, and by being serious, don't get scared, guys and girls. It's actually a beautiful thing because how I perceive a serious relationship is sharing your life with someone, caring for someone, them caring for you. You support them, you support you and your dreams.
in other words, you
and the
become
way
a
you want.
team.
Yes, you make a team. So that is the beauty of a relationship. But until then,
Yes, and not just because they say serious doesn't necessarily mean marriage. Like I'm barely okay with marriage. Michelle is okay with it. So every girl's different. As the guys are different, I'm sure. Some of them, they're just looking into moving in with someone that having it officially marriage, but they're living together. So there's the different types of relationships. So don't get scared when someone says, "Hey, I want something serious." It just simply means they want a commitment from you. They want that respect, that time, and effort. That's it.
yes, and if you don't see that in that guy that you follow up a date with, whether it be like a nice dinner or a movie, if
Simply-
you don't see that, then
Or simply opening the door for you.
yes,
That's a
chivalry
huge plus.
is
Yes.
amazing. Chivalry will
Yes.
make us like it's
Melt
so
our heart.
much melt our heart.
Yes, because that means that someone taught them how to do things right by a
Yeah.
woman. He's gonna be there for you. He's gonna respect you. That shows that he has manners and
Mhm.
it has what it takes to be there for you as a man, not a boy where he's
No
lost
boys.
in a little world.
You
He
don't
doesn't
want
know
to deal
what
with
to
boys.
do.
No,
That's just again a waste of time.
waste of time.
Yes. Okay. So
And yes, so I agree with that. So let's say you go out on a date, you go
That's
to
a date.
dinner,
Yes.
and so forth. If you see that they are opening up to you in terms of their dreams, their family, maybe they bring up, hey, I want to get married someday, I want to have kids someday. If they bring forth that that's cool if it's in the first date because the guys are opening that towards
Yes,
you.
and he's giving you feedback of what
Yeah.
he wants, and hopefully you'll tell him, okay, that's something that me too, I see myself doing, and that creates that, okay, we have that in common, so therefore maybe, who knows, on the second date we'll find a little more of ourselves, so that encourages them, the guy, to ask on a second date, and he will tell you right off the bat, after that night, after that first date, hey, I want to see you again. And he'll text you with the time. Do not panic and be like, oh, he hasn't texted me 2-3 days. Guys have a rule about 3 days.
Some dumb
texting.
rules that we don't understand.
Yeah, so
I
just
don't
be
know.
patient. Just think about it this way: if he doesn't call, there's more fish in the water. You can date.
Exactly.
So don't worry. Just relax. Have your own time. And so yeah. So there's also those times that we date and things go bad. So let's give a little bit about that too. Like, how could dates go bad? Well, let's see.
The dating world is, like I said, it's confusing because there's guys that their body language you perceive it as that they are interested in you. They're holding my hand, they're touching
smiling,
you,
they're looking at you in the
they're-
eye.
they compliment you, and you're like, you know what, this is cool. I'm opening up to this guy because he's showing interest. So I think a lot of women, because we are emotional beings, and if we've been hurt before in relationships, we are scared to open up. But for me, at least, if a guy is a gentleman, does give me time, sends me a text message in the morning and say, hey, how are you, good morning, those things are awesome.
Yes.
But when you're dating someone and all of a sudden those things don't appear anymore,
Yes.
you're
sisters-
left with like, what happened?
Yes, and that's what we call. I like to call that phase. He's blowing hot and
Hot and
cold.
cold, like Katy Perry said.
Yes, she said she got it right for once. Like, well, not once, but many times. But this
Yeah.
one specifically, it goes into the dating world because you meet guys, they're texting all the time, and you get used to them. The good morning text, the good night text, and what do you know? 2-3 days go by, and you start kind of noticing you're not getting those texts. Where is he? And then you're not hanging out with him anymore. He isn't checking with you. Hey, when are you available? Now it's like he's texting you. Hey, you want to hang out tonight? Are you available tonight? So it's more
On
like-
his terms.
Yes.
When it's convenient to him.
Yes.
So it ended up being, when are you free? Would you like to hang out Friday or go on a date to? I am sort of busy, but maybe tomorrow. Or, hey, you want to come to the house tonight and just chill?
So he's giving you attention, but not entirely. To me, that's a sign of disrespect. He's not being considerate of your time, your schedule, and things you have to do. He expects you to drop everything off just to hang out with him. Of course, you're gonna do it because you like him and you feel special. Oh, now he has him, so why not?
It
Let's
is
give him the time.
acceptable to a certain point, but if it becomes to be a pattern, then that, like you said, it's a big no-no. You
It's
don't
a hot
want-
and cold. Like when he goes cold and suddenly he's so nice, and then you go on a date. Oh, if that happens, you go on that date, and then what do you know? He's not complimenting you anymore.
Mhm.
He expects you to split the check.
No.
I mean, it's dating. When guys do that, cut him off. It's good if you want to, pick up the tip of the check or whatever. But when he starts asking you for it, that's not a good sign at all.
If it comes forth, like I am totally okay with the thought that sometimes us as girls, we'll be like, you know what, it's cool, it's on me. But it should be the guy picking up the tab and stuff
Yes.
because it's showing respect, it's being a gentleman and doing so. But yeah, I mean, I could get lunch and stuff for us. That's cool, I don't mind. But guys sometimes abuse that, and
Yes.
it turns into like, it offends you to think like, oh, well, you invited me to dinner. Why are you asking me to split the
Yes,
check?
why aren't you prepared for it? Why are
Yeah.
you ready? Why, a lot of questions, and that shows that, if you do get serious with him,
Mhm.
the only times when you can't go out and do stuff you want to do, because why? He doesn't have the money, or, you're expected to have that other half of the check.
Another rule in dating:
Yes.
have a job. Make
Get
sure.
a guy with a job. And if he doesn't have a job, like at least he makes it clear to you that, what, although I don't have a job, I have enough to provide,
Mhm.
I'm good, do not worry. And there's some guys that do take off, time from work to go study something, but they have a little cash at the side, and they'll let you know, hey, if I'm not working right now, I'm taking a little break. He'll tell you, I'm taking a little break. It isn't, it's the thing where it's like, I don't have money because I don't have a job. Like none of that.
Yeah.
He's telling you I'm being responsible, but at the moment I'm taking some time off work.
Mm-hmm.
So there's exceptions like that, but like Michelle said, be careful about that.
I think there's a difference amongst those people. I mean, the economy is hard as it is. There's a difference amongst the men that have motivation and men that they're just lazy. And you don't want a man like that, because I myself, I am very hardworking. I am very independent. So if I'm with someone, I would like for them to have a little cash to, just spend on here. I mean, I am not expecting all these expensive dates. No, I think we're fine if we have a movie night with pizza. That's cool.
Yes, because we have girl
But-
nights and we trust as girls, we know how to spend, as
Yeah.
most guys know. So we're not strangers to picking up checks and stuff like that, having our expenses. And some guys are looking at this and being like, oh, girls expect, and for the benefit for us to be gentlemen. No, it's not that. The fact of the matter is that we want guys, and guys, that are serious towards us girls,
Mhm.
they'll want to show that they can provide for us in case we do get serious with them. So that's a big plus. Like the book says, think like a woman, think like a man, but still be a woman. Like, come on, be that great
And,
person.
and
shows
I
that you
myself,
can be
I
a
find
great
that to
providers.
be very sweet, because I've dated guys that like expected me to. I mean, they would, like I said, they would invite me on a date, and then they would expect me like, oh, so how do you want to split this? And I was like, I'm confused. I had a couple of people I dated that I had to pick up the check sometimes, because otherwise we wouldn't hang out. And I did it just because I thought that person was in a bad situation and, trying to, better themselves, find a job or something. But it ended up being where, like, if we would go out, I would have to pay, otherwise we wouldn't go out. We would have nothing to do. And I feel like as a woman, you want to experiment, you want to maybe go whale watching. I mean,
Have
go on a
good
nice
time.
dinner at the
Yes.
Cheesecake Factory. They're not very hard things to do, but
And
we
then-
cherish that.
Yes, and also there's some ways that you can spend dates without really spending anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or no more than $20. There's so much
Picnics.
community
Yeah.
stuff going on, like the art walk.
Mhm.
A date at the beach, a walk, just get ice cream, pick up the chick for ice cream. How much?
Yeah.
$3. A walk, a
It's so
morning
easy, so
exercise
cheap.
routine.
Yeah.
Volleyball, tennis. I'm sure someone likes sports, so why not go
Yeah.
to a restaurant and eat a hot dog or something and just watch the game? Simple as that. It doesn't take much. Watch the sunset, like Michelle said, picnic.
But that's us. We're very simple people. But I think it does make a difference in terms of who you date, because it can be either the guy or the girl that
That
they're very picky
maintenance.
about. Oh, I love wearing this brand, or I only eat here, or oh, I don't like going there. That's so like
Ghetto.
ghetto, And I mean, at least for us, we're very like open-minded.
Do you want to take me to Taqueria to have tacos? I'll go. I like tacos.
It could be like once in a while, maybe. Like I love Disneyland with a passion. So if I was to date someone, there's 3 things on my list. Well, actually 4, not 5.
Okay. And I want to say this, but
Uh-huh.
like you brought up that subject, and we were talking about people being picky. Let's go to the next category topic that we have, which
Okay.
is going to relationships.
And
Because you
relationships.
like Disney so much that you told me right
Yes,
now, 3
true.
minutes before we started doing this, that
Uh-huh.
that's one of her requirements that she has
Mhm.
of someone that she's gonna date and hopefully become into a serious relationship, which is he needs to.
Like Disneyland.
Yes.
Might sound very cheesy, but if you don't like Disneyland, that's just it sucks because
for her.
I love going to Disneyland every once in a while with like a person I'm dating. That would be super awesome. But I see myself in the long run. I want to go to Disneyland with my family, with my kids, dress them up. I mean, just share that beauty of escaping into
In
another
other words,
world.
you know what you want, and you want Disney to be part of your life. So you want someone who shares that same, passion and interest. And like I said, you want to take your kids and dress them like that.
Yeah.
So to have someone that shares that with you, I mean, it will.
And I say this because I've dated people that didn't like Disneyland, and I'm like, okay, it's not a big deal. But I mean, I would go by myself basically to Disneyland because they never wanted to go. Number 2, they must love animals. I am an animal lover, so if you don't like dogs or cats or birds, no, you're not gonna work out. Number 3,
Yes.
you must be family oriented, because I am extremely family oriented. I want to have kids and get married hopefully someday, so I see myself with that. Number 4, hopefully you have a religion. I have a particular religion.
I believe sort of some belief,
You know,
spiritual belief.
It might not
call
be
it
the
too.
same,
Yes.
but as long as most of them believe in God and stuff, that would be awesome. And the last one, at least have a job. So I would say maybe like the 5 top on my list.
Yes, and that's right
you
to
know?
have 5 things, girls. Do not make a list of 10, 20 things, because
No.
that man does not exist. There's things in the relationship that you're gonna have to live with that you don't like, and you have to be okay with it. Because I'm sure there's things that he doesn't like about you, and he's still able to put it. He might not tell you, "Hey, honey, I don't like that," but hey, I can roll with it. Guys are not gonna be telling you
Nobody's
that.
perfect,
No.
but
So
someone
be
that
okay
kind
with
of
it.
flows
Yes.
with what you like.
Yes,
you know?
and